Okay, so year 8, this is our second second video on probability. Okay, in the first video, I've reviewed some basic calculations on probability, and this lesson we are going to talk about a very useful tool for the study of probability, which is called Venn diagram. For some of you, you might have learned that before. Okay, so let's introduce what is a Venn diagram. I would like to use an example to give you some illustration to show you how to read the data from the Venn diagram. Okay, so let's say if we are interested in students' favorite fruit. Okay, so we know some students who favors apple and some student who favors banana. So, and some of students, they might like both apple and banana. Some of them might like just apple, some of them might like just banana, some of them might not like either of them. Alright, so let's see if we try to represent the number of students who favors a particular fruit. We could use a Venn diagram. So in this Venn diagram, there's a rectangle. Okay, for that rectangle, that means the total number of students, which includes all students. And there are two circles. One circle we label A next to it. That means the number in that circle represents the students who favors apple. And of course, for the other circle, we label it by B, and that represents the number of students who likes banana. Okay, and there are some number like this 12, which is outside both circles, and this represents the number of students who neither like apples nor bananas. Alright, and that's one particular region which is very interesting, is the overlapping area between the two circles. This is there's a number 13. So this is showing that there are some students who like both bananas and apples. Okay, let's see some question. The first question is number of students who like apples. Okay, so for number of students who like apples, we need to consider the circle of apples. Okay, so see the highlight part. Okay, for the pink highlight circle this time, you see there are two numbers. One is 10, which shows the number of students who like apples only but not banana. And there are 13. That 13 means students who like both apples and banana. So when people ask you how many students who like apples, you should include 10 and 13 because both numbers representing students who likes apples, right? So for number of students who like apples, we add all the numbers in the circle A, which is 23. Okay, let's see the next one. Who like apples but not banana. Okay, so this one still about the students who likes apples, but this time we exclude those who also like bananas. So in this case, we only consider the number in the circle A but not in the overlapping area with B. Okay, so how many of them? There are only 10. Okay, So, and the third one, the number of students who like bananas. Okay, so this time the number of students who like bananas should be included in circle B. Again, there are two numbers, okay, 13 and 15. We should include both of them. Alright, so number of students who like bananas, the 28. And last one, sorry, not the last one, and the next one, number of students who like bananas but not apples, who like bananas only. This time they don't like apple. Okay, so it should be only 15 because 13 are students who also like apples. But this time we only want to know how many of them like bananas only. Okay, so the number should be 15 only. The next question, number of students who like both, okay, see the word both, bananas and apples. So both bananas and apples. So these students should be in the overlapping area of the two circles. Okay, so there are 13 of them. Number of students who like neither apple nor bananas. This will be outside two circles. Okay, where's the outside two circles? It should be here. Okay, outside the two circles. How many of them? 12. Okay, the last question, totally how many students? We just need to add all the numbers in, there are 4 numbers, so we just need to add all of them together and you will get the total number of students. Right, so there are 50 of them. Alright, see, you add all the numbers together, got 50 of them. Right, for overview. Alright, so let's move on to another one. So this one is about favorite sports. Okay, we know some people they favor rugby, some people who favor soccer. Of course, there will be some people who favor both rugby and soccer. And also there will be a group of people who don't like both sports, will be outside the circles of R and circles S in the Venn diagram. Again, we see a rectangle, which means the all peoples in the survey, right? And you will have a circle R, which represents the number of people who likes rugby, and another circle with S, that means number of people who like soccer. Okay, right, so let's see how many students who like rugby. Oh, I should not say, oh sorry, there's some mistake here. Should not be students, should be people. Okay, let me correct them. Sorry, there's a mistake. Okay, sorry, pardon me to make such a silly mistake. We just carry the last question to this one. Actually, this one are all about people, so I should add people to them. It's not difficult for me to do here. Right. Sorry about the confusion here. Okay. Okay, so number of people who like rugby. Again, which part of the Venn diagram we need to consider? Rugby, that means our circle. Only this part? No, we should consider the overlapping as well. Okay, so that means we should add both of them together and you will have 320. Alright, number of people who like rugby but not soccer. Only rugby, not soccer. Okay, 250 this time. Who like soccer? Soccer means football, right? Okay, so should be the whole circle. This time you got 70 and 120 will be 190. Who like soccer but not like soccer but not rugby. Okay, soccer only. Okay, 120 should exclude that 70. Alright. Number of people who like both rugby and soccer. Should be 70. Alright. Who like neither rugby nor soccer. Okay, should be outside the true circle. 330. Alright. Okay, so how many of people total? Okay, so we just add all the numbers together. Add all the numbers together. There are 4 numbers. Okay, so that would be the answer. Alright, okay. Let's have a quick look for the whole question. Again, you have 2 circles and they give you some numbers, so you need to understand what each number represents. Okay? Oh, good. And okay, so the next question is, can we construct? Construct means you need to draw your own Venn diagram. Alright? Okay, so let's see one question. So I know some of you are using desktop, some of you are using laptop or other devices. So this question is about a class of 20 students, and some of them are using laptop. Some of them using desktop. We use D to represent such a person. Some of them are using laptop. We use L to represent this group of person. And some of them, they have both devices, so that means D and L. Okay, and some of them, unfortunately, don't have desktop or laptop. Okay, so it should be X. Okay, neither device. Okay, so let's see how many students on a desktop. So you need to look for D. Alright, desktop D. Whenever you have a D, that means you should be included. Okay, so how many of them? Okay, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How about this one? DL, of course, it's also, because if he has both a desktop and laptop, so that means he has to own a desktop, right? Okay, right, okay, right. So basically would be green color and blue color. How many of them? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so there are 11. 11. Okay, how many students on a laptop? Okay, laptop is L or D and L. Alright, so let's see. L, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, this one is also DL, means he actually got laptop as well. Okay, there are 8 of them, are there? Right, so 8 of them. Sorry, let's see. Oh, sorry, not just. Sorry, I made a mistake. 2 more L here, so it should be 10. Both means must be D and L. Okay, both. Okay, so here, this one. So there are 4 of them. Right, 4 of them. Okay. Neither, so that means they don't have any device. They will use cross represent these kinds of students. 1, 2, only 2. Okay. Only 2. No, 3. Okay. Right. Okay. So the next move is very important. Okay, so you see we have desktop owner, one circle, laptop owner, one circle. Okay, so let me write a big D here, big L here. Alright, okay, so which part shall we fill in first? Okay, remember, you should always try to fill in the intersecting part. That means that the overlapping part of the two circles. You should always try to fill in the number here. So this part representing the number of students who have both desktop and laptop. How many of them? So you should see it should be the number of students who own both. So there are 4 of them. So you just put 4. Just put 4 here. Okay, after you put 4 here, then we move on to the other part of circle we're looking at here. So for this region, it should be the number of students who own a desktop but not a laptop. Okay, so D only. So we know D plus D or L, you got 11. Okay, so that 11 students who own a desktop. But within that 11 students, there are 4 of them, they actually own and also on a laptop. So you should take away that 4 from the 11. So it should be 7. Okay, let me say again, that's very important. Okay, so let's see how many students own a desktop. Okay, that 11, because for students who own a desktop and a laptop, we also include in this number. So that number 11 include students who own that desktop only and also who own a desktop and laptop. Okay, but the region here, I mean the region of in D but without the overlapping with L, that means D only. Okay, so that's why you need to take away that 11 by 4, you got 7. So how about on the other circle L? So for the other circle L, okay, so totally you will have 10 students who have a laptop. But within those 10, there are 4 of them actually own both a laptop and desktop. Okay, so for students who only own a laptop, you should be use 10 to take away 4 and should be 6. Okay, and also don't forget there will be some students which are outside both circles because they have neither device. So these are 3 of them. Okay, so here's how we organize the data, and always you could check whether the total is 20, right? So if we check, we need to add all the numbers together. You will see it should be 20, so the track is complete. Okay, all good? Okay, so let's see another one. So this one is a table showing about the food preferences of 10 people. Okay, so it's about apple and orange. Okay, so you see some people like apple, some people like orange, some people like neither of them. Okay, and of course there will be some people like both apple and orange. Okay, so can we draw a Venn diagram? Because you are asked to draw a Venn diagram. Okay, so let's try to draw it. Then we'll move that table a little bit here. So first you need to draw a circle. Okay, then you are going to draw a rectangle first. Then you draw a circle for apple. Okay, then you are going to draw a circle for orange. Okay, try to use the color that could represent the apple and orange. Okay, so this, let's say, is A, and the other one's orange, or is O. Okay, so first, which part shall we fill in first? Remember, we shall always fill in the intersecting part. The intersecting part means number of people who like both apple and orange. How many of them? Okay, you see. Okay, just 1. Okay, 2. Okay, so only 2 of them like apple and like both apple and orange. There are 2 of them. Okay, then you check number of people who like apple but not orange. How many of them who like apple? So there are 4 of them who likes apple. But then within that 4, there are 2 already. We know that they like apple, both apple and orange, which have been included in that overlapping area. Okay, so when you know there are 4 people favoring apple and there are 2 favoring both apple and orange, so for people who favoring only apple, you should use 4 take away 2. You get 2. Alright, hopefully you understand how to do this now. Okay, for the orange circle, how many of them like orange? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 of them. And within these 5 people, there are 2 of them like both apple and orange, and they have been already included in the overlapping area, which has 2 people inside. Okay, so from 5 people who likes orange, you need to take 2 to give you 3. Okay, so that means there are 3 people who likes orange but not apple, but still totally there are 5 people who like orange. Okay, so how about number outside both circles? There should be 3. Okay, neither. There are 3 of them. Okay, 3. Remember, you always need to check whether the total number would be equal to the given 10 people. Okay, so let's check 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3. So something wrong? Is there something wrong? Oh yes, because there should be 2 3. 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3. Okay, so it should be 10. Yes, so there are 10 people. So this is correct now. Okay, so let's answer the question. How many people prefer just apple, not apples, just apples? That means within the circle apple, but not including those in the overlapping area. So that's only 2 of them. How many people prefer both apples and orange? It should be in the overlapping area. 2. How many people prefer apples or orange? Okay, or that means you need to consider both. In both circles there are totally 2 plus 2 plus 3, right? Okay, so that's 7 people prefer all apples or orange. You need to add all the people in those circles. How many people prefers neither apples nor orange? Should be outside the 2 circles. Should be 3. Okay, so we've seen that. Okay, so after we finish this, could you please do some practice? You can draw your own Venn diagram, and you need to track the answer in the end of the notes. Try to see if you got the answer correct. That will be some, if there's some mistake, is alright. That's very natural. Just go back to see what's wrong with that, or you might send me a question. Let me help you. Okay, so that's our that's our second video on probability about the Venn diagram. Okay, see you next time.